Well, hey folks, Species 7 here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Farm Sim 22. Yes, indeed. We are here, of course, on No Man's Land. Now, I do appreciate all of you that left comments after the last episode or two, letting me know if you were having a absolutely splendiferous attempt at playing this game, or if you were running into the same sort of laggy, glitchy sort of things I was. Speaking of laggy, glitchy, what do you think of those two stripes down the middle of the field? Weird, eh? When I'd run the seeder in one direction, it would leave that brown pattern like we're going over right now. When I run it in the other direction, it left that other pattern. I don't know. I even went over there was one every single second line. You'll see how there's that fatter space. I actually went back to see if it was in fact the directional change that was making this go on. Yeah, it was. So, yeah, I don't know. Just another one of those weird things. But I carefully went through the log, and as I say, I'm really grateful to all of you. Apparently, I am not the only one who's been, shall we say, having issues. I went through the log, and there were a couple of mods that were throwing not serious errors. At least they didn't used to be. You know, when you'd look in your log in 19 and stuff, and it would go, oh, warning, this texture file is whatever or something. You could have 100 of those, and it wouldn't do a dang thing. You know, there were some more severe issues you could have that certainly would. But basically, I took a ton of mods. I didn't take them out, I turned them off. So they're no longer active. Now, I'm pretty sure that's more or less the same, because I don't think any of them that aren't clicked are loaded when the map starts. So, and what did I get for my troubles? That. Yeah. It's still not right. Is it better? I don't think so. You know, we could have at least hoped for that, but yeah, it just doesn't seem to be the case, eh? Got to get this back as far as I can. There we are. Alright. So we'll get the... Oh, good. We're going to leave, what, 2 feet sticking off the edge? Ah, it's perfect. So yeah, I don't know. It's questionable. It is. So hey, if you're new to the channel and you like the content, maybe consider hitting that subscribe button. And of course, for everyone in general, if you like the content, don't forget to hit the like button. Maybe a share and a favorite and all that other YouTubey stuff. It goes a long ways. Anyway, and it doesn't take much effort, honestly. I've managed to do it, and well, I'm quite a slackard. We'll get this done. I think we've also still got to run the sprayer. That's why it's sitting down at the end of the field. And, well, we don't really need the thing on for the rest of this, do we? There we go. Just turn that off. Like I say, we don't need it now. I think we can find our way down this little strip. Is this tree going to be in the way? I'm gonna say yes. There we go. I think that's got by it. Ooh, barely. Yeah. The least amount of effort was put in. Let's just get past the rock, and boom chakalaka boom, we are done. Well, at least with that part. I haven't quite decided what I want to do with the old sugar beet field. I think it's going to have to pretty much just sit for the winter, because I'm going to use it either for potatoes or beets. It's a small field, and that's what I prefer for the root crops. And I think beets are probably going to be the choice, but they're not a plant at this time of year thing. Well, I mean, what do you actually plant in October? Yeah. What? Why won't you let go? Hello? There we go. Okay, this guy. Oh, does it still say weeds, or did the roller take care of it? No, it says weeder. Well, you know what? I don't actually have a weeder. So we're gonna try this. Thing needs a lot of room to spread its wings, eh? Well, the good thing is it leaves a definite change in the landscape, so at least I'll be able to see where I'm going. And this is a good thing. Oh, and look. Now all of a sudden it's not doing that. I don't know. There's just weirdness. So I was asked by one of my viewers if I had any intentions of doing the old stream, the new old stream map. As I see Black Sheep has... Whoa! You can stop spinning in circles there, that's not helping me out. As I see... Come on! Good lord. Poor little tractor. Can barely do anything. Alright. Yeah, as I see they are, I think ready for playability. Quit drifting back to the middle. Yeah. And boom, it's working again. I don't know. Now that other piece is, of course, where we cut a little bit of extra field. So maybe there weren't weeds on that part. I only looked on this end, actually. And it said, you got weeds. So I thought, well, you know, we've also got herbicide. So yes, never the twain shall meet. And... ta-da! So... Almost got him. Okay. So up to here it's 50% fertilized. Past here it's 100%. Well, it kind of drifts its way up from 60 to 100. I don't know, man. Oh, I don't know. And it's already planted, so I'm actually going to have to come over here with fertilizations. So this has been at 3 for a while. Is it done making bread? Are we now out of flour? Is that the thing? Nope, we still got 4,000 liters. Oh, we've almost got another one. We're at 916, so... nice. Binks is playing. Right on. How you doing, buddy? Actually, let's do that. Trade it over for some of this. All right. This down. Quick little jog. And this should take us up to 100% on both, unless I've done this too soon, at which point I've wasted, you know, a little bit of fertilizer and it's going to accomplish nothing. So... let's see what it says. Well, other than some rather weirdly transitional stages. Well, how come this is at 50%? What the heck? Alright, now I'm just being punked by this thing. Okay. That's alright, I can play this game too. We will simply do the whole thing. Maybe it's just this very end that's already at 100, I don't know. Either way, assuredly once this is done, it's done. So, there you go. Oh, old stream. Yeah. See, the viewer specifically referenced my playthrough in FS15. Now, I also did a playthrough on that map in 17. A couple of them, actually, because they made a couple of changes to the map when we started over. And I had found by 17... Now, Old Stream was probably, for 15, it was my second favorite map. There was a little Irish map made by a modder. Not a lot of people played it, but it was exceptional. And that was sort of my favorite. But Old Stream was definitely right up there. Come 17, they changed it a little bit, but not really enough to the point where it felt like playing the same map. But you needed a little bit bigger equipment, etc., which didn't sit well at the farm, but you couldn't really do much without in the rest of the map. By 19, it was kind of another big map, you know? A lot of the initial charm just wasn't there anymore, which is unfortunate. And it looks like for 22 that rather than basing it more on the 15 map, they're definitely basing it on the 19. Like, there's a lot of fields. I'm not sure if they're that big. Maybe we should just have a little bit more in-depth look at it. I don't know. We'll see. That might be a thought. Now, I did mention that I had been considering that when Oldman 102 finished his homestead map, that we would move to that. Because it would be very much like doing this, but on a grander scale, and with all the factory touches and stuff that Old Man puts into his things. Like I mentioned the other day, for instance, if you don't want to take the sugar from your sugar beets and sell it, you could always have it automatically fill orders at other factories that need it. You know, things like that. Just nice touches. What can we say? Just some really nice touches. Problem is, I noticed on Facebook last night that he was talking about the map and someone asked him if it was a 4X or a 16X, and he said, no, it's a 16X. So, yeah, I really, really wish that he would take his absolute talents at making maps and make one that you could actually play in single player. You know, a 16X map? No, I'm sorry, dude, that's a multiplayer map. You know, and it's an unnecessarily large map. Pretty much for anything other than multiplayer, it's an unnecessarily large map. You know. Now, I can kind of understand where he's coming from. Because if you watch his Let's Play series, you'll realize that the gear that he uses and the mods he's using are all pretty specialized. You know, they're oversized and they're overspeed. Overcapacity as well. So, yeah, you know, a 16X map, when you're using kit that's 4 times as powerful, is just like playing a 4X map. Right? But yeah, so being that he has decided it's going to be a 16X, I don't think we'll be playing it. Unfortunately, I would really like to. Like I say, I really enjoy his maps. He does an incredible job. But yeah, they're not single player maps, I'm sorry. And it might be argued, well, yeah, you can play them single player, you don't have to use the entire map. But the point of it is if your peanut factory is on the other side of that mountain, it doesn't matter if you have a peanut field a tenth the size of this. You know, to sell them, you gotta drive all the way around to the other side of that mountain. And that would be a 4X. A 16X? Yeah, you wouldn't even be able to see the freaking mountain you need to drive around to sell your peanuts. So, yeah. Jimmy Carter, eat your heart out, man. He was a peanut farmer, in case you're wondering. I know he was also the president, but, you know, of that American country. Sorry. Don't want to get it wrong. It's American, not American. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, I ain't gonna start getting political, because there's things happening right now that just make me want to jump up and down and freaking scream, what is the matter with you dang people? You know? Oh. And the embarrassing thing is our country is kind of right now leading the charge. Ugh. It absolutely disgusts me, and that's all I'm gonna say. Ooh. Look at, ready to harvest. Ooh. Uh-oh. Well, who knew? Oy vey, I don't think we've got the money to lease a olive harvesting rig at the moment. Don't have a lot going on there. Yeah. That, and what if we took that? And what have we got here? Ooh, quite a few, eh? One, two, yeah. Probably get a few K. We turn the honey and the other trailer stuff in. So all of technology. Well, this one's cheaper, so I can only imagine. You don't have enough money to lease this thing. Okay. Wow. I mean, I can't lease that thing for 10 grand? Are you serious? What? What is with this stupid license plate? Anyway. It looks exactly like the one we used to harvest the grapes. Are you serious? It's over 10 grand to lease it. Apparently not. Okay. I mean, that's ridiculous. Just freaking ridiculous, man. Especially for that tiny little bit that we've got. I mean, we don't have 10 grand worth of olives. Not a freaking chance. I just kind of wanted to grow them because I've never grown them before. I didn't know it was going to cost me my second barn here. Good thing it's a cat, but good. It's, yeah, too expensive. Way too freaking expensive. Seems Giant's really gone nuts with the vehicle stuff. You know, I mean, farm equipment is not cheap to buy. You know, but $24,000 to paint it after you've owned it for a week. You know, $2,000 or $3,000 a day in maintenance. Yeah, it's all just a bit much. Just a frickin' bit. Thank God for these greenhouses. They saved my butt a couple of times now. Well, the honey boxes are nice and light. We'll throw, well, whatever it takes to fill the back end of this trailer, I guess. Oh, don't just keep going. That's not the idea. Alright. Oh, and it was pointed out to me the reason I had permanent super strength the other day, if you double tap the button, it kind of locks you into that mode. Yeah, I didn't know. But, again, this is why I count on the information from a lot of my viewers, because you guys seem to know a lot of this. And right away somebody went, oh, by the way, that's why that was happening. I'm like, oh, alright. I forgot all about that. That makes perfect sense now. Okay. Oh, you do have one. Boom. Then we will deploy it. Hey, they're almost too far away to pick up without climbing on top of the other ones. It's too bad they don't even tell you the cost of the lease. Just, no, you can't afford it. I mean, that's kind of rude, you know? You have to ask. You can't afford it. And, well, I mean, that's basically what they're telling you, isn't it? That's nice. Look at the way you professionally put that on there. Dude, you're getting good at this. Yeah. This is just not working. There. Stupid thing. Good enough. What can we get on there? Another 2, maybe? Like 2 rows? Good. Mm-hmm. Okay. That's ridiculous. Whoop. That's not gonna do us much good. There we go. Fix that. Uh-huh. Okay, let's get the last row on there. Then we'll go and sell it and see if we can afford to lease the... Really? Gotcha. Let's get out of here. Because the other thing we have to consider is that we've got corn about to come ready as well. And we're going to have to lease a header for that. Because it's important that we gather that. How are we doing here today? Oop, we're pretty much at the end. Well, we'll take this and sell it. See what that fattens us up to. We still got 3 days of October to go. So we should be, alright, we got a couple pallets of planks. And nothing at the, furniture warehouse. Isn't that a shocker? It's okay, take your time. It's not like we're going broke waiting for you. Much. Alright. So, let's release the straps. And let's start popping her onto the rack. See what we make for money. Oh, we're 7 grand up, 8 grand up. Oh yeah. We'll have enough, at least for the lease of the olive machine. Okay. Okie dokie. So, let's have another look. Olive technology. I can only imagine that this one will be cheaper. 13,000. Jesus. Well, let's check. Like I say, I can't imagine this one being less. Yeah, it's not. So, yeah, I don't have a choice. Okay. As I said, I think it's pretty much identical to what we just had. Alright guys, well, what is it going to cost us? We might as well look this up so we can see if we're going to have any success at this. To lease a corn header. Does it have? No, there doesn't seem to be a modded one. Well, it seems everything other than this one is 6 meter. Let's go back for a moment and look at our own harvesters. Forage, here we are, harvesters. And we have what? This guy, I believe, right? Yes. Which they say goes with this one, the Capello Diamant B8. Yes. So, if and we goes there, that would be this guy, 6 meter. Details. Yeah, see, $3,200 bucks. That's better. All right, so we're good. We are good. Alright. Well, I'm going to slow boat this thing back to the farm. But I'm not going to make you guys put up with that. So, do hope everybody enjoyed the episode. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button. It does help. But above all, it turns like a tank. Take care of each other, folks. And ciao for now.